Hello all. We thought we'll do a little exercise on patience, testing yours and ours as well. So we had some technical difficulties and they're all good now. Thank you for your patience. So let's all put our hands on the lap and try and get into that space. So we'll play the starting welcome mantras, let's say.
Hi everyone. We had an interesting exercise today, which was to see how much faith we have in leaving things to divine to work out.
Yep, it was true.
How did we do, Vara?
We did well. I surprised myself.
Yeah, we're still smiling and you're still with us, which is even better.
Yeah. So what are we doing today, Lynn?
Well, we started on the theme of Param Chaitanya, which is a very big theme last week. And we kind of did a sidebar of our attention, because you can't really realize what is Param Chaitanya unless you can keep your attention on that subject. So we had an excerpt also of Shri Mataji talking about the liver and your attention being the ability not to think, but to actually have your focus on how you're feeling and feeling up in that seventh energy center.
Yeah.
So we have an actual excerpt where Shri Mataji is talking about the Param Chaitanya a little deeper. So now that we've sorted out our attention and our faith in the Param Chaitanya, we can listen to that in a little while. But
yes, I had some thoughts about it. You know, for people of scientific bent of mind, when you want to find truth, you always go to the source.
Yeah.
So you don't get stuff from secondhand information.
No rumors.
No rumors. And then there is the importance of going to the source is all over in every culture, in a lot of scriptures. So specific to the Bible, it says, in the beginning was word.
Mm.
And then the word was with God. And then the word was God. So that is the, you probably say it all started there. And you can equate Parama Chaitanya to that. In Sanskrit, Parama Chaitanya doesn't need any more explanation. Parama is ultimate. Chaitanya is the all-pervading energy. Chaitanya is energy. Param, you can call it ultimate or all-pervading. So you can call it ultimate energy or all-pervading energy. And it's quite important to get to that and understand it. And you can theorize about it. So if you look at a lot of scriptures, there's a lot of theorizing. So
yeah.
If you, on the Eastern scriptures, if you look at somebody called Adi Shankaracharya, he talks about Upanishads, which were between 2,000 and 4,000 years before Christ. And they go on about this, like it's in a good way. But then they're all talking about what it is and the effects of it. It's kind of hard to explain what it is. It's as hard as when you're boiling water on a gas stove. You can see the flame, you can see the water boiling. You can see the effect of the flame boiling the water. But if you really have to explain, it's a bit hard. And then the other effect is in today's speech, Shri Mataji will talk about the whole creation being inside a seed.
Yeah.
Why does the seedling go up and not down, sort of thing. And then and when we meditate, that's what we're aiming to experience. So the experience of Parama Chaitanya or the all-pervading energy, the experience of coming into union with it is your thoughtlessness. And in the ancient scriptures, or they, for example, why did anybody invent zero? Zero, in some ways, zero is nothing.
But it makes all the other numbers something.
Yeah. So you put 0 next to 1.
Yeah.
You're getting close to infinity. You put more zeros.
Oh yeah.
A little bit more closer to infinity. More zeros, more closer to infinity. You can never reach it. So the theory I have is that the science does not predate spirituality. Somebody out there a long time ago figured out that they wanted to create a notation to explain God. So it always spirituality, or you can say God, always predates everything else that we think is important. It is the same way as, like, you want to, many times we do this in our worldly lives is, first you get a job, you get some money, and then you get a car, and you get a more expensive car, and the car becomes the God. You spend all your life servicing it. I remember one friend telling me that he didn't want to use a certain car with his family because he was afraid that the kids will make a mess. I'm like, oh. So he has a whole plan about looking after the car. So many times we, in our materialistic world, we become that.
Mm.
So first we want something for sustenance. And that thing we work hard to sustain ourselves becomes a thing in itself, so to say. So the main thing goes back, and these little artificial things becomes the center of our lives.
Well, and that just distracts us from.
They absolutely do.
Yeah, from what your purpose of life is.
Yeah.
So
from the point of having a car to have a nice ride with your family becomes a pain because you want to keep the car clean. This actually happened. So and then we get into those loops, and after a while you don't even realize that you are so far away from the source.
And it's keeping yourself busy from forgetting that there is a Param Chaitanya. But the difference of now, just getting back to the Param Chaitanya thing, and away from the distractions, is that you need to experience the Param Chaitanya, which you can't do by thinking about.
No, if you let your brain come in way, you will not experience Param Chaitanya.
Yeah.
And that's what hopefully we are hoping that you experience that. We experience that, and that's why we would like others to experience. That's why we do this volunteer work. So,
so would you say that Kundalini is Chaitanya, and then meditation is Param Chaitanya? Or is that too simplistic?
No, I'd say Kundalini is the instrument that lets you connect to the Param Chaitanya.
Okay.
Kundalini is the instrument within me.
But it's not just a little bit of Param Chaitanya. I guess everything is Param Chaitanya.
Yeah, it is.
That's
there's no sort of
that's the circle.
That's the circle.
Yeah.
So you could say this actually. Kundalini is a representation of Param Chaitanya within every one of us. Does it make more?
And it doesn't exist until you want to be connected to everything.
Right. So Lynn and I are going the, Adi Shankaracharya route, but the way I see it is, we have all these made up differences.
Yeah.
But at the basics of it, if there is Param Chaitanya everywhere, which is the divine energy, all-pervading divine energy, and Kundalini within us is a representation of that common energy.
Yeah.
That's the same, that common energy's element in you is Kundalini. So we're all coming from that source.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you remember that, I think a lot of our stress kind of goes away. Does my theory make sense?
Oh, I think his theory makes sense. What do you think?
So this is what happened, right? For thousands of years, people went and debated like this. You would find that in the Christian religion, they had these debates until they came up with a version that was acceptable. The same thing with the Eastern. Adi Shankaracharya used to go and debate with a lot of other people. In the end, he gave up. He just said, I'll praise the mother.
Yeah.
Which is the all-pervading energy is what he was saying.
Yeah. So
let's maybe stop there.
Maybe we should try and be there.
Yes.
As opposed to talking about being there.
So would you be able to take us through the process?
Take us through the realization, which is getting back into the 7th center, or is it going to the 8th stage?
8th stage, yeah, thoughtlessness.
So most of you know the drill, but if there's anyone new today, just follow along and we'll all join up at the end. So we'll, as usual, we'll have our feet near the earth. So we'll have our shoes off. We'll have our hands open on our lap, and then we'll probably close our eyes, or if you find it difficult to keep your eyes closed, you can just look towards the photograph of Shri Mataji and the flame, or the flame. But then while we're doing that, we'll place our hands on the left side, because that's the side of desire of our nature. We'll start, and then we've got the picture of the hand movements there. And we can go through those. Probably can keep your eyes closed, but just have a little look where we're going, so that when your eyes are closed, you know where we've got our hand at that time. If you get a little lost, you can always open your eyes and have a look there. So we'll just take our attention inside for the minute. So just observing your breath. Not trying to make it any bigger, but just observing your breath. So our goal is to go towards our Kundalini, our pure desire to be one with the Param Chaitanya. So this is us drawing our attention inside. So that we can take that right hand of action on our heart, on the left-hand side. And we're asking Mother, who is Shri Mataji, who is also our Kundalini, who is also the all-pervading Param Chaitanya Mother. Who am I? Who is this I who's sitting here and breathing? Am I the car? Am I the thoughts? Am I the desires? Then take the hand just under the rib cage. Oh yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Can't read it. So then we've got our hand, the top of our stomach, and we're asking, Mother, am I my own master? Or do I always wait to see what I should do by listening to everyone's opinion? Am I my own master? Let's go down to the hip, which is adjacent to where our Kundalini is. And here's where we ask for the true knowledge, the pure knowledge. Mother, please give me the pure knowledge, the truth about myself. Then we'll come back up to the top of the stomach, just to the bottom rib there. And so we're now going to answer that question, am I my own master? And we're going to affirm that, Mother, I am my own master. My Kundalini is awakened, which is the pure knowledge of my true self. So we can affirm a few more times, Mother, I am my own master. And coming up to the heart where we started, who am I? The answer is that, Mother, I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. So that's the eternal, beautiful part of my being. I am that. You can never remind yourself too many times that you are the spirit. So always come back to that point. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Let's go up to the neck. So where the shoulder and the shoulder and the neck join, you can just turn your head a little to the right so you can grab it nicely, holding it quite firmly. Mother, I am not guilty. So anything that's happened, you're the pure spirit. So I'm not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. So this center gets blocked if we feel guilty about things. And, you know, everyone's very sensitive and responsible, but you don't have to chastise yourself or feel guilty for anything. Mother, I'm not guilty. Just take it all out. Now let's bring our hand up to the forehead, just dropping your head down a little bit into the palm of your hand. And this brain center will be cleared in a lovely way if we simply forgive. So we can just say, Mother, I forgive everyone. And very importantly, I forgive myself. So no need to think of anything in particular, but just let everything go. Whatever's happened, just forgive. It doesn't matter. And just to completely clear that center, we'll go from behind. So placing your palm at the back of your head and tipping up a little bit. So you're still resting the head in the palm of your hand. And we can simply say, Mother, if I've made any mistakes, please forgive me. If I've made any mistakes against my evolution, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Just take it all out. And then just coming up to the top of your head, just take the palm, stretch your fingers out, push them down, push the palm, the center of your palm into the center of the top of your head, applying a bit of pressure, and you can just massage it by just moving the scalp with your palm, moving it in a circle, in a clockwise circular direction. And here's where you ask, so it's with your free will that you enter into this area of the Param Chaitanya. You ask, please, Mother, please give me my self-realization. And if you've asked this question before, Mother, please establish my self-realization. You can just tilt your head down a little bit, just be comfortable. Just massaging with the center of your palm, that fontanelle area, soft area. Mother, please establish my self-realization. And then just slowly raising the hand up a little bit. Just try to feel a gentle flow on top of your head. And then bring both hands open on your lap. And just feel that silence. If any thoughts of the past or the future are coming, just say, not this thought. And take your attention, which is you're focusing on the top of your head where your hand was. Just try to feel that coolness there, a bit of flow happening. Keep breathing. Just a couple of minutes here, enjoying the silence. Just don't engage with any thoughts. Leave them for later. So just be aware of how you're feeling. Do a little bit of a self-survey. See if the brain is silent. See what you're feeling on the top of your head. Hold your hands up near your heart. Just see how they're feeling. Because once your Kundalini is up into that seventh center, you should start to feel things happening in your hands as well. So just see if there's any tingles or just a bit of cool flowing in the palm, a bit of heat flowing. Back up to the top of your head. Then bring the hands down again. And when you're ready, we can slowly open our eyes. So we might listen to the excerpt from Shri Mataji about Param Chaitanya. She puts it way more succinctly than we may have. And then we'll have another meditation after, so you can see how you're feeling later as well. Oh, I'll move aside so you can.
We are aware that Parama Chaitanya does everything. At least mentally we know that everything is worked out by the grace of Parama Chaitanya, which is the power of the Adi Shakti. But still, it is not so much in our heart. So much in our attention. We can consider Param Chaitanya like an ocean, like an ocean which contains everything within itself. Everything, all the working, everything is within its own limits. So it cannot be compared with anything. You cannot compare it. Now if you see the sun, then from the sun, the rays have to come out to work it. If you see somebody, say a person who has an authority, he has to assert that power outside. So within himself, he doesn't work it out. Say for example, if there's a seed, and inside the seed only the tree grows and the fruits come out, and then they are sold and people eat it, and everything is inside that seed, then that is Param Chaitanya. So we are all enveloped in it. And only the waves that we see, and we are on the waves, so we see it as dislocated, separated. Like we feel, this is Germany, or this is England, this is India. These are just folds of the sari. of Paramachaitanya, which look separated, but they are not separated. They are continuous. So the connection is absolutely complete. If I pull a thread from here, the thread will throughout be pulled. In the same manner, this Paramachaitanya is working within itself. And there is nothing without. So when you are Sahajogis, it pays special attention to you. Or I should say, it becomes absolutely one with you. Whatever you desire, whatever you want, also will be coming from the same Paramachaitanya, if you are one with it. Like in a, say, turbulent ocean, some drops of water may fly into the air and start thinking that we are above. We are away from the world, away from the ocean. But again they have to fall into the same. So this formless energy, which has all the intelligence, all the coordination, all the organizations, all the computers, all the televisions, all that you can think of communication and of governing, of administration, and above all, it is the love. It is the love of God and love of your mother. So, to be one with this Paramachaitanya, you have to know that you have to become the reality.
Or it looks like we were muted. Let's place your hand, place your right hand on top of the head. And here you say, Mother, please let me experience the love of Parama Chaitanya.
get a nice meditation? I surely did.
Good.
Should we just finish the meditation part and then raise our Kundalini? And
Sure, yeah.
sure. So let's do the raising our Kundalini and protecting ourselves with those vibrations. So it's the left of desire raising up, right of action winding round, and then tying a knot up there in that seventh position. 2 knots for the second time. The third time, 3 knots. And then that bandhan meaning that protection, half circle of protection. And that's 7 times over and back. Once for each of our chakras. And this, of course, is how we can start and finish our meditation when we're sitting by ourselves nicely. Pretty sure that's about 7.
Yes, of course.
So if you have any questions or any feedback, feel free to use the chat. I'm sure you've got the chat ability just now. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had all the technological issues. I was talking without the microphone on, apparently.
Oh, yes, sorry about that. But then I'm sure you had a nice silent meditation while it was on.
If you have any questions, please ask. Don't be shy.
Yeah, even if you're wondering what it is we were doing, you can also ask that.
Yes, and we're looking at the chat and we'll be happy to explain.
Even if you've got some requests for what you would like to hear next week, or if you want us to do a foot soak, or anything you really feel that you would like to do collectively together for our meditation next week.
So do we know Derek and
Yes.
and Dechema?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Hi. From the 21 Days
All right.
program. At least I've seen your names there.
Do you know where they're from? Well, if you're from Canberra, please come to
yes.
Melbourne.
Yep. Yep, we've got plenty of seats here. Most welcome.
So should we wrap it up with the music video?
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll pop on a bit more music if you want to just sort of sit and listen to music. But otherwise, we'll say good night and look forward to meditating with you again next week.
Great. Hopefully, less technical problems.
Yes, we'll have it technologically clear.
Also, the Chema is from Melbourne.
Oh, nice. I think we've got a nice concert played before Shri Mataji when she was around. Yes. Be nice. And that excerpt was very nice. Really enjoyed that. Did it get lost?
It did.
Oh. Ah, there it is. There. Yep. We've got a close-up, some music being played, a few close-ups.